Hi there, Rabbi Rafi Cantor, and another one of my Parsha of the Week videos. This one is on the portion for this week, Shelach Lecha. The portion begins with the following words: "Vaydaber Adonai al Moshe lemor, Shelach Lecha anashim v'yaturu et Eretz Canaan asher ani noten livnei Israel, ish echad, lamatei avatav tishlach kol nesivahem." The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, "Send men to scout the land of Canaan, which I'm giving to the Israelite people. Send one man from each of their ancestral tribes, each one a chieftain among them." So thus begins the portion with this story of representatives of the tribes are to be spies and go into the land of Israel. And of course, the majority come back with a bad report. 10 give bad reports about the land. 2 have faith and ultimately say that with God's support, they can come into the land and conquer it. But unfortunately, the people lose faith and they are punished by God with 40 years to wander in the desert until a new generation is ready to enter the land. And then, of course, you get to the end of the portion, keeping in the characteristic of Bamidbar as jumping around into different topics, almost chaotic at some times. We suddenly come to the end, and there it is, tzitzit, the third paragraph of the Shema that describes the tzitzit, that it should be on the corner of our garment. So what could be the relationship between a corner garment that we are supposed to put the tzitzit on and the story of failure of faith? And I see these pieces talking to each other. And that's perhaps how we have to see Bamidbar, that it's a conversation and the different pieces are speaking to each other. In the opening of the chapter, we see the failure of the people to keep faith with God. And ultimately, they are to wander the land for 40 years. At the end, we have the tzitzit. The tzitzit are the sign that say, "You shall remember the commandments." And that is a symbol of God taking you out of the land of Egypt. So it's a reminder of God's goodness to you and a reminder of your commitment to the commandments. And of course, the numbers of times you wrap and the knots all add up to an emphasis on that message, a message of faith. So I see this this final section as a retort to what happened before. Yes, you failed earlier in the portion, right? You weren't ready to enter the land. But the tzitzit can teach you how to build a spiritual life from day to day. We are emerging from the coronavirus lockdown. And hopefully we have used this time to build and continue to build our spiritual foundations. And that should not stop. We should understand that spirituality is not in a moment, not in a day, not in a month. It is day after day, month after month, year after year, constantly working to build the spiritual foundation. That kind of foundation is good enough that it can take you into the land if you're ready, because you have a deep faith. And that's what we should be cultivating, a deep faith. And as we come out of the coronavirus, we need to have deep faith. We have to have faith in a future that can be positive, a faith that we can be better than who we are today. And hopefully, as we go forward, no matter what challenges come our way, we will be ready with our tzitzit and remembering what they stand for and building a spiritual foundation. We will be ready for any challenge that comes our way. So I wish you well as the lockdown eases. Hopefully you will continue to do your social distancing and wear masks. And I look forward to seeing you hopefully at one of our outside services or in the synagogue hopefully soon. Shabbat Shalom.